The smartest person you know might be making absolutely terrible money decisions. Not because they are bad at math, not because they don't understand investing, and not because they are irresponsible. In fact, sometimes their intelligence is exactly what gets them into trouble. A person can be brilliant at their job, highly educated, analytical, and successful, then somehow convince themselves that buying a car they cannot really afford is a smart decision. They might hold on to a losing investment for years because selling would mean admitting they were wrong. Or they might earn a huge salary and still have almost nothing saved. So why does this happen? Why can someone be smart enough to solve complex problems but still make money decisions that make absolutely no sense? The answer is uncomfortable. Being intelligent does not make you immune to bad financial decisions. Sometimes it simply makes you better at justifying them. The first problem is that people often confuse intelligence with financial wisdom. Being smart in one area does not automatically make you smart in every area. A brilliant engineer can understand complicated systems. A successful doctor can diagnose difficult problems. A talented lawyer can build a convincing argument. But personal finance is a completely different game. Money decisions are not based only on intelligence. They are influenced by emotions, habits, ego, fear, social pressure, and self-control. And this is where smart people can actually make things worse. When they make a bad decision, they often have enough intelligence to create a convincing explanation for it. Instead of saying, "I bought something I could not afford," they might say, "It's an investment in my lifestyle." Instead of saying, "I do not want to sell this losing investment," they might say, "The fundamentals are still strong." Sometimes the decision is emotional first and the logic comes afterward. You want something, you make the purchase, and then your brain starts searching for reasons to prove that the decision was actually smart. The intelligent brain can become a very good lawyer. Its job is no longer to find the truth. Its job becomes defending a decision that has already been made. The next problem is overconfidence. Imagine someone who has spent their entire life being told they are smart. They did well in school, they solved difficult problems, they built a successful career. Their decisions usually worked out. Over time, something dangerous can happen. They start believing that because they understand something, they can predict what will happen next. And that mindset can become extremely dangerous when money is involved. Financial markets, businesses, economies, and personal finances are full of uncertainty. You can make a well-researched decision and still get a bad result. You can also make a terrible decision and get lucky. But smart people sometimes confuse previous success with the ability to predict the future. They think, "I researched this company, so I know this stock will go up." Or, "I understand the economy, so I know when the market will crash." Or, "I make a high income, so I can handle this expensive lifestyle." And sometimes they are right. That's what makes overconfidence so dangerous. A few successful predictions can create the illusion that luck was actually skill. Then the bets become bigger. More money goes into one investment, more debt is taken on, more risk is justified. Eventually, reality stops cooperating. Confidence can help you make decisions, but overconfidence can stop you from questioning them. Another major problem is that smart people can find it especially difficult to admit when they're wrong. Imagine you invest 100,000 rupees in something. A few months later, it's worth only 50,000 rupees. Now you have a choice. You can look at the situation objectively and ask yourself, if I did not already own this investment, would I buy it today? Or you can spend the next 5 years trying to prove that your original decision was correct. A lot of people choose the second option because losing money hurts, but admitting that you made a bad decision can hurt even more, especially if you see yourself as a smart person. Selling the investment no longer feels like a simple financial decision. It feels like admitting, "I made a stupid mistake." So instead of evaluating the future, people become emotionally attached to the past. They put more money into the investment, they keep waiting for it to recover, they refuse to change their mind. And a 100,000 rupee mistake can slowly become a 500,000 rupee mistake. Not because the person lacked intelligence, but because their ego became attached to the decision. This doesn't only happen with stocks. People do the same thing with businesses, expensive cars, bad purchases, online courses, and even careers. They keep putting more time, energy, and money into something simply because they have already invested so much. But here's the brutal truth. The money you have already lost doesn't care how smart you are. The past is gone. The only question that matters is, what is the smartest decision from this point forward? Not what can I prove that my previous decision was not stupid. Then, there's another trap that can make high-income people surprisingly broke. Making more money does not automatically make you better with money. Sometimes, it simply allows you to make bigger mistakes. Someone earning 30,000 rupees per month has a limit to how much financial damage they can do. But someone earning 3 lakhs per month can make much more expensive mistakes. A bigger car, a more expensive house, luxury purchases, more subscriptions, more lifestyle upgrades, more monthly payments. And because they earn a lot, they convince themselves that they can afford it. But there's a huge difference between being able to afford a monthly payment and being able to afford the long-term consequences of a purchase. Increasing your income and controlling your spending are two completely different skills. You do not automatically become financially secure when your income increases. You become financially secure when you protect the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Someone earning 1 lakh rupees per month and consistently investing 30,000 might be building real wealth. Meanwhile, someone earning 5 lakhs per month but spending almost everything might simply be maintaining an expensive lifestyle. And maintaining appearances can be one of the most expensive habits in the world. But perhaps the biggest reason smart people make stupid money decisions is simple. Money is emotional. Most people believe they make financial decisions logically. But think about the last thing you bought that you absolutely did not need. Did you calculate the long-term opportunity cost? Did you create a spreadsheet? Did you carefully analyze how that purchase would affect your future wealth? Probably not. You wanted it. And then you found reasons to justify buying it. Fear can make people sell investments when markets fall. Greed can make people buy when prices are already high. Stress can lead to emotional spending. Social pressure can make people buy things just to impress people who probably aren't paying much attention anyway. Intelligence does not remove these emotions. In some cases, it simply gives you more sophisticated ways to explain them. That's why financial success is not just about becoming smarter. It's about creating systems that protect you from yourself. Automatic investing, spending limits, an emergency fund, diversification, a waiting period before expensive purchases. The goal is to create rules when you're calm so that you don't have to make every decision when you're emotional. Because the goal is not to become the smartest person in the room. The goal is to avoid making financial decisions that your future self has to clean up. So why do smart people make stupid money decisions? Because intelligence can create overconfidence. It can make us better at rationalizing emotional decisions. It can make admitting mistakes more difficult. And a high income can hide bad financial habits for years. The smartest financial decision is not always the most complicated one. Sometimes it's simply stopping and asking yourself one question. If I had no emotional attachment to this decision, would I make the same choice? That one question can save you from a surprising number of expensive mistakes. Because when it comes to money, being smart is useful, but self-awareness may be even more valuable. If you want to understand the psychology behind money, spending, and the financial mistakes people make without even realizing it, subscribe for more. Because understanding money is useful, but understanding why your brain keeps making bad decisions with money might be even more valuable.